Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space in my backyard. Today, I'm gonna take you on the garden tour after we've harvested and after everything has slowed down. So let's start here with the bed that you know I always love so much. It is looking bare. So these are my lanceolado or dinosaur kale. We have the Swiss chard and the collards all the way across the back. There are two kohlrabi, one on this end and at the other end. Right here, we have some cilantro. These are all nasturtiums that have died back because they are not cold weather plants. They like cool weather, but they're not gonna take a freeze. So you can see what that looks like. There's some more cilantro right there. In all, I got a good harvest out of this bed, and so in the spring this bed will start to grow again, and I will start to get a harvest again. It's going to grow a little bit during the winter as well. However, it's not going to grow nearly as fast. I mentioned that when we were harvesting this bed. It's not going to grow nearly as fast, but those plants were established enough that they will make it through the winter, but they're not going to grow much. Across from this bed is the cauliflower, and I want to show you something. I am successfully growing cauliflower. I just broke that leaf. Oh no. Cauliflower needs to be blanched. And what blanched means is that the leaves need to cover the cauliflower, or the cauliflower with, the elements, the sun, it's gonna turn color. So it still be edible, but you would want to cover it. Also, if it gets too much rain or too much moisture, it could start to rot. So if you're growing cauliflower, just remember, make sure you blanch it. Beside the cauliflower are the collards, which I have already harvested them in a cut and come again fashion, which means I didn't take the whole plant. I just took some of the leaves. This is the curly kale, the blue curly kale. I have not harvested that yet. I probably need to, but kale is very hardy to cold weather, so it's not a big deal. This is a red Russian kale, which I also harvested, but that should do fine in the cold. We have more cauliflower. All of my cauliflowers now have heads. I am so excited. This is not a disease. This is frost damage. Cauliflower is pretty cold hardy, but it will get damaged as well. We have Brussels sprouts down here, and you can see there are a few Brussels sprouts trying to grow. I am super excited about that because Brussels sprouts and cauliflower are two of the plants that I have not successfully grown. So I'm pretty excited about that. Over here, you have the orchard area. Pretty much all the trees are losing their leaves. I will come in and do some pruning to this. Some of the shorter branches I'll probably cut back to the tree. We'll see. We just don't want way too many branches because then they're gonna start crossing each other and things like that. But you can see there are buds. So when I do trim it, if I were to trim, I would trim like right above an outward facing bud. I would not keep that one. If I was gonna trim, it would be either here or right here. These are outward facing buds. And then you have the blueberry bushes. If you remember, there was a blueberry bush here. I did a video on Sunday about this. So there was a blueberry bush here, but I pulled it out, moved it over there. And then the rest of the blueberry bushes are here. So that one can still get pollinated by these. It's not too far away. Right here you have the cabbage that was planted a little late. It is starting to look like it's trying to head. So I'm excited to see that. That's the kohlrabi that's left. And there's a few in there that I could probably take. And I probably will because I want to do a video showing you how I eat my kohlrabi. And so I probably will in the next few days. Strawberries that we came through a little while ago and pulled runners out. Of course, there are no flowers or anything right now, but they have way more space than they had all summer. I'm going to try to keep up with that next summer. The garlic bed is looking really good. My garlic has already started coming up. We planted this together in a video a little while ago too. This is a store purchase garlic bulb. It's a few, I think I had 4 maybe. And so I planted them in this Vigo garden bed. There's a link below if you are interested in purchasing a Vigo garden bed. But Yeah, this is looking really good. I'm very excited to see that it is growing. This is another plant that I have not had success with, and everyone says it's like super easy to grow. So I am hopeful that, you know, having this bed, having it in its own space where I can take care of it like garlic should be taken care of, that I will get a nice little harvest in like June or July of next year. The mint plants and the lemon balm plants are, you know, pretty much done for the season. There's still some greenery in some of the pots, but they're gonna go dormant. But these are all of my mint plants, and I cut them and I went ahead and harvested them. That is a chamomile, which died back after spring, and then it just didn't do anything else. And then there's that one little plant in there. Not too worried about that. And then this is feverfew that I harvested not too long ago. It is perennial. I'm pretty sure perennial. It will come back. The onions, where the sweet potatoes were, still looking good. They're looking a little light green, so I may do some fish emulsion on them. And then there's some here in the other Vigo garden bed, and I think some of them are looking a little wilty or like they're getting too much water. So I am thinking, and it's mostly in the middle right here. So I am thinking that there is like some kind of pooling. Maybe it's not level in here. So I'm going to look into that. But for now, those are the onions that we planted not too long ago. Then on the other side are the carrots, and the carrots are doing amazingly. I've eaten some of those. I think they're growing amazingly in bags. And so that's probably going to be the way that I grow my carrots. I had a little bit of success with carrots in the ground. Nothing exciting to talk about. Nothing that I could preserve. So bags is probably going to be my go-to. And right here you have the collards that I had harvested. We have some more curly kale, blue curly kale. I haven't done anything, like I haven't harvested this at all. This is a bed that doesn't get a lot of sun, and so I would imagine that's why it's a little bit further behind than the kale over there. But it's cool. It's still growing. I'm not tripping. And then we have our broccoli. So excited to see all the broccoli that is growing. So pretty much all of my broccoli has a broccoli head. This is the one I was telling you all about that had broken, and I just put it back down in the soil. It's still trying to grow. The leaves look good, except for this one right here is a little yellow. But it is growing. It's still there, so I'm excited. And then back here in the back, you have a few more kohlrabi. They were extra plants that I just kind of threw back here. So the two larger raised beds are doing amazing as well. We have the turnips up here that are still growing. They're bulbing pretty nice. You still have cabbage right here. So I did harvest the cabbage that was in this one. I got a tiny little cabbage head, but we ate it and it was absolutely delicious. So we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 4 cabbages in this bed. There was a 5th, but if you've been watching, you knew that one started acting crazy early in the season and it did not rebound. On the back end of this bed, you have Brussels sprouts, and I've shown y'all that before, that there are little Brussels sprouts. I'll go through and kind of span this bed for you. So this whole back section is Brussels sprouts. They're getting bigger. I'm super excited because I was very concerned that like I wasn't gonna get Brussels sprouts out of this bed. You have broccoli on this row right here. All have broccoli heads, just waiting for them to get big enough so we can eat them. This is also broccoli. These larger varieties, I think I said it before, they tried to bolt really quickly on me. So right now we're just getting side shoots out of those, but I'll take side shoots because I had to cut the main head off so that I didn't lose the whole entire plant. So we got side shoots. I'm gonna eat them. So we got a broccoli head there, broccoli head, nice size broccoli head coming there, and then these are all my side shoots that's coming here. I probably need to come out here and get those too because they're looking a little yellow, which means they're trying to open. There's a broccoli head on that one too. And one right there. And in our next bed, you have the rutabaga, which, look at that baby right there. It's growing pretty good too. There's one right there, you see it. So the rutabaga are doing really good. Snapdragons looking a little beat down. We had a lot of rain today. Cabbage right here starting to head up. We got another cabbage back here that's starting to head up. I don't think that one is, not really. And then you have broccoli plants that got some severe frost damage, freeze damage, but I'm probably gonna cut those leaves. This plant, I had to take the head and the side shoots, but it's trying to give me more side shoots, so of course I'm gonna leave that plant. And then over there, 2 more broccoli plants. I finally did harvest the broccoli rabe, gave the Brussels sprouts some light, so I imagine we're going to start seeing these Brussels sprouts get a little bit taller back here. But even these Brussels sprouts have sprouts on them, so I'm cool with that. This one has smaller ones, but it was shaded the worst. And last but not least is the flower bed. So I am not sure that this is borage. I imagine borage should be at least looking like it's about to die by now. This is just looking like it's fine, loving life. But I mean, I think it's borage. If it's not, somebody tell me that it's not. I thought it was a volunteer borage, but the calendula is looking good. The snapdragons are looking a little beat up. That hollyhock is still trying to grow. Pansies, of course, they're gonna be fine because they're really good in cold weather. Like, they're gonna bloom all through winter. They love some cold weather. Down here, same kind of setup. The mums had started trying to flower again, but now the weather is starting to take its toll, it looks like, on them again. But everything is looking decent for the time of year that it is. And Mother Nature mulched this bed for me on its own. So I said last. That wasn't last. I always forget about my artichokes. Artichokes like cool weather, but I don't think they like super cold weather. I'm not sure that they're going to survive like with greenery, but they might pop back up in my area in the spring. I will keep you posted on that. I hope you enjoyed this video. The garden tour in fall is not as exciting. It's not a lot to talk about because there's not a lot of varieties, not a lot of, different things growing, but I figured I would show you what it looks like after I've started to harvest and what's left in the garden. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment box below. Visit me over on Instagram where I post about the things going on in the garden just about every day. Thanks. Bye.